So welcome everybody to the last webinar of 2025. We're looking forward to Nicole and Bob, who are going to talk to us about festive beer and food. So it couldn't be more appropriate for a December evening when it's dark to have some nice cheery conversations about beer and festive food. Welcome, Nicole. Welcome, Bob. We're looking forward
You.
to your presentation, and I will hand over straight away to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brett, for having us. We're very glad to be here, and we're looking forward to have a great beer party, a Christmas party this evening. We're gonna explain why beer is a very good combination with food, and then we discuss some key factors to consider when you pair beer with food. And then Bob has prepared some dishes for us. And we're going to pair them with the beers. We think they are very good matches. So, maybe we can start the slides. One moment, please. Yes, this is the Christmas pudding. Yeah, why beer is a good combination with foods. Well, for brewing beer, you can use different brew techniques, and also you need different ingredients, and that can provide a lot of different aromas and flavors in the beer. The ingredients you need to brew beer, that is malt, hops, yeast, and for example, the malts you use in the beer, you have the very dark malts that can be used in porters and stouts. And that kind of beers give a very nice chocolate aroma and taste. And you have also the doubles. They give more a little bit a caramel taste. And that kind of beers, so especially the porters and the stouts, make a very good pairing with dishes like rich dishes like lamb or chocolate desserts. Then you have the hops. For example, the hops that's used in the IPAs. So the citrus and the pineapple flavors. That beers goes very well with grilled dishes and spicy dishes. And you have also beers with more the herbal hop notes. And that kind of beers go very well with, for example, frittata. Next you have yeast. That's needed for make the beer. Some beers like Saison is very dry because of the yeast. That beers can easily pair with a fish. And also you have the yeast, for example, in the Weizen, and that give more the clove flavor. And that kind of beers is very good to pair with Weisswurst. Then you have the wild yeast, the Brettanomyces. You can think of the lambics and the geuze. That kind of beers are very good with more the fatty dishes. You have also the spices you can add to the beers, like the coriander in the triple or the wit beer. And that kind of beers go very well with Asian dishes. Thank you, Bob. Now some notes for pairing food with beer. Yeah, it's the best to pair light food with light dishes and more stronger taste with stronger beers. So yeah, for example, you have yeah, a lighter beer like a saison is very good with a fish, a light fish like a cod, or a rich dish like yeah, lamb, a stew, a lamb stew, for example. That pairs very good with yeah, a stout beer, so that it's more a stronger taste. Yeah, next is yeah, we call it in Dutch the smaakhaakje. I don't know if it's in English a flavor hook, but yeah, you have to look for the common things in the food and the beer. So yeah, like for example, you have a very fruity IPA, some pineapple, um, citrus notes. That kind of beers go very well with a Comté cheese. It's also a little bit of fruity cheese, or yeah, a chocolate mousse. That goes very well with yeah, a stout because it's also with the chocolate notes. Oh yeah. And then yeah, it's very important the mouth feel. You have three kinds of mouthfeel. First one is the filming layer. You may think of yeah, some creamy, soft things. Yeah, for example, in the beer, I would think of a milk stout, so that the creamy milk stout. And for the food, I would think of mayonnaise, so it's the creamy thing. The second mouthfeel is the contracting thing. You can think of some citrus, some salty and spicy in your mouth. For the beer, I could think of a geuze, for example, because it's a little bit sourness in that kind of beers. And for food, I would think pickles, also, yeah, the sourness of the pickles. Then you have the drying thing. So yeah, you must think of some toasty components, some crust or toasted bread. For the beer, I would think of saison. Saison is very dry because of the yeast that's used. And for the food, I would think of yeah, French fries, for example. So I have a picture here that is a cheesecake. Yeah, the cheesecake, the layer above is yeah, a little bit the creamy, the soft tones, so the filming layer. Underneath you have the more the cookie, so that's more the drying thing, the biscuits. And there I paired it with a Rodebach Classic. So that beer is a little bit sweet, but also sourness. So that's the contracting thing. So all this three together, yeah, I think that's a very good combination.
Yeah, well, that's more or less the theory. I will add some practical notes on and well, and on everyday practicing food and beer pairing. First, you have to keep on trying. It's a hard job, but someone has to do it. So you have to keep on trying and tasting and adjusting. For example, if it says use a triple with this, not every triple is the same. So you have to test whether that triple works or does not work at all. And even within one beer, you get different batches. Some brewers, the one batch is not like the other. And even without that, for example, Orval, there's a guy in Holland that does very nice tastings of Orval from several ages, and not in years, but in weeks. And I think I'm not kidding if I say that this guy can taste how old an Orval is in days. So an Orval, if it says an Orval, if you use an Orval of 2 weeks, that can be a whole different experience than an Orval of, let's say, 32 weeks. So keep on trying. Another thing to keep in mind is somehow sort of progression. Yeah, you will start light, not too complex, and work your way up to more complex, more alcoholic beers. And what you could do, for example, especially with a dinner, is to make a kind of break. For Christmas dinner, for example, you could use a spoon, which is basically champagne with a sorbet ice cream. But since we're here, I would suggest to make it with an IPA. You take an IPA and a sorbet ice cream, and that helps to reset your palate a little, give your taste buds a little bit of rest, and you can go on with the next part of the dinner. And also, last point to keep in mind, the total of the experience. We did a Christmas dinner a few years ago, and there's a nice website here in the Netherlands called Beer Cuisine. That's all kinds of recipes with beer. So we thought, oh, we find 8 recipes, make an 8-course dinner. And what we forgot is that it's not just the dinner, but also the beer. We had 1 bottle each dish, and after 4 courses, we were more or less stuffed, not because just of the dishes, but also the beer. And besides that, our taste buds got a little overworked. So keep that in mind. Luckily, in Holland, we have 2 Christmas days, so the next day we could continue our trip. One more thing, by keep tasting. Another thing, well, we didn't learn, but a friend of ours, he gave a tasting in a restaurant. He made a dish at home and then thought, okay, I do the same thing in the restaurant. And there they cook with far more salt and less spicy to connect to an all-round public, let's say. And whereas the combination at home was good, excellent even, in the restaurant it just went completely the other way. So if you do it on a larger scale, the tasting, try again and look how it goes. And that was it for this part. So I think it's time for some food. I'll stop sharing this first. And we're back.
Yeah. Oh. First dish. Just a minute. Bob has prepared all the dishes, so it will be delicious, I think.
Will you?
Yeah, I pour the beer. So we have for the first dish the Witkap dubbel.
Yep. Since we only have 45 minutes, we're going to start right away. But I think when you have a Christmas dinner at home, you probably will start off with some appetizers, snacks, waiting for all the guests to arrive, because if you have more guests, they won't arrive all at the same time. We're going to dive right in, but normally you would have some snacks, appetizers, potted shrimp, cheese, crackers, whatever. And of course, we would suggest to drink a beer with that as well. But since you might have different small bites, it would be hard to find a matching beer. So I would suggest drink a good Pilsner from the north of Germany, for example. Fresh, a little bit hoppy, dry, or even better, if you could get your hands on it, an Italian-style Pilsner. For the record, that is not Moretti, Peroni, Moroni, or whatever these beers are called. But we had a webinar on the ABCU a few months ago about real Italian-style Pilsners. And a good example would be Tipo Pils from Birrificio Italiano. Very good. Hard to get here in the Netherlands, but we have some local brewers that try to brew in that style. So that would be a good alternative to the German Pilsner. Okay, the beets. We've been doing this stasis, I don't know, for more than 20 years. And I think from day one we had beet in it, because beet is a very versatile vegetable. There's a lot of already in it. It's sweet, it's earthy, it has a nice texture, and it goes quite well with beers. We made a kind of tartare out of it. We added some dried tomatoes soaked in beet juice, so you get some extra beet, but also some umami from the tomatoes. You get also some extra texture from the tomatoes. We added mayonnaise for some creaminess. We added gherkins and capers for some acidity and also the texture, and some parsley for a fresh note. And I think we have a beer with it.
Oh yes, yes, we have. Yeah, we have the Witcup Dubbel. It's from Slagmelder from Nino. It's a Belgium beer. And well, we first, I think we're gonna take a sniff of the beer. Tastes a little bit chocolate, a little bit sweetness. Yeah, and also the beer itself, it's a little bit, yeah, just the sweetness and the chocolate taste. Then we take a bite from this beet tartare. Oh, very delicious. Yeah, Bob told about all the ingredients from this dish, and well, we think that this beer can handle all those different ingredients. So yeah, it's a little bit the same level. So yeah, they're both a lot of aromas, taste, and the beer and this dish has the same level. Het smaakhaakje, the tasting hook, is that they have both a little bit of sweetness in it. So the beer is a little bit sweet, and also this beet tartare because of the beet in it. But this beer has also a little bit of bitterness in it, and that's the extra component to yeah, it's very an extra level to this all. And also the chocolate notes in this beer, because of the malts they use. Yeah, that goes yeah, excellent with this dish, because yeah, it provides a lot of richness to this dish. So yeah, I think it's perfect.
Yeah, well, she's the sommelier. I'm just simple me, and I always say I like it, and in this case, I like it, and it's okay. So on to the next.
Yeah, okay.
It's a bit strange having a Christmas dinner in 45 minutes, but we're gonna try it. So bear with us.
Ik zet hem even in. Een slokje.
Maybe you can start us off with the
Yeah,
beer.
the next one. Yes, good one. Thank you, Bob. I will pour this in. Looks beautiful. Beer. Very nice color. Looking, yeah, a little bit cold yellow. So Bob is preparing the next dish for us. So
Careful,
oh.
plate salt.
Cute. Looking good. Smells also delicious.
Okay, next dish. We have the pork. I wrote in the recipe to tell your butcher what your plans are, and I did not do that. So I ran into a bit of a problem. We have a saying in Dutch, or not so much a saying, but more a regular expression that a butcher always uses. Het is een onsje meer, mag dat? Meaning it's, well, roughly translated, it's an ounce more. Is that okay with you? To be clear, a Dutch ounce, an ons, is 100 grams. So if you have a pound of meat, Dutch pound is 500 grams. It's quite a lot, 20% more. This butcher, however, gave me about 100 grams less, which, like, pork shoulder is like this round thing in the back of pork of a pig, and you get a slice of a part out of it that you have a nice roll that you can cut open and fill with something and roll back, so you have your roulade. This case, however, I got probably it was a little larger pig, so I got a slice out of his back and had quite some trouble, well, cutting it and so that it could fold it back again. So please just tell your butcher what you want to do with it, that you want to make a roulade, and she or he will cut it for you and maybe even prepare it halfway. So that's far more easy. What did I do? I added some Parmesan cheese, some sage, some parsley, and well, did not bake it at a high temperature, but quite low, so it would stay a little bit moist and also, well, fresh. It's quite a fresh dish. I always some kind of spring feeling. However, the parsley is from the balcony here, and the sage is out of the garden, so it's all in season still. But it's a nice, refreshing dish, and we have the beer with it.
Yes, we have a beer with it. For this dish, we go for the Saison du Pont. It's it's a classic one. This bottle. First we take a sniff and a little taste. Yeah, it's very nice beer. A little bit dry, and you have some spices, some herbal notes in it because of the yeast and also because some hops. Then we can take a little taste of this delicious pork Bob made. Yeah. Well, we think this is a very good combination because you have this beer that is very dry because of the yeast that's used, and this pig is very fat, so that's a little bit the difference. And so this beer, because of the dryness of it, cuts really through the fatness of this fatty pork. So that's it's very good combination. And also this beer has some herbal notes, and that goes very well with this dish because Bob used a lot of a lot of herbs in it. So that's het smaakhaakje, the tasting hook, you have the same. But also, what we found here, the spices in this beer really enhances the herbs in this pork. So it's it's even more richness of this whole dish. So I think it's a yeah, it's a delicious combination.
Yeah, well, I'm still simple me, so ik vind het lekker en daar gaat het om. I like it, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, on to the next.
Right.
I guess.
So even hier neer. So I leave the bottles a little bit here, so you can watch them. Maybe. I hope you have also something to drink at your place, but yeah, maybe you've made also the dishes, but oh, beer. So it's fantastic.
Ladies off. Oh.
Dat is heel heet. Thank you, Bob. Zo. Even hier. Thanks. Yeah. Very nice color. It's brown, also red brown. Nice foam. But yeah.
Yeah,
First.
celery. Basically, I just roast it in the oven, baked it in. Then after that, I roasted it in the oven for about 3 hours, quite a long time. And then I took a slice out of it and baked that in butter, and added some hazelnuts to it. We first tried it like that, also okay, but could use a little bit more. So I decided to make a gravy. There is an error in the recipe. I was hinted at. Oh, someone pointed me at that. It says 10 milliliter. That should be 10 centiliter, which is still just a splash of beer. It's not much. And I make, because we just use this, so we have quite a lot of cutoffs that we can't use or don't use. So I made a stock out of the cutoffs with some dried tomatoes and shiitake mushroom. So you get some more umami, and then reduce that stock to, well, this is for 2 persons. I think I went from, in this case, 3/4 of a liters to, well, this, not more than that. So it is full of basically celeriac flavor and some excess, and a little bit of beer. We use this beer. Normally, I don't really think you should have the same beer you're cooking with to pair. But in this case, since we were testing and we did have some beer left over, we thought, okay, I can use that beer. Should you have just one bottle, take something else with roasted malt, like a bock beer, maybe a double or whatever. It doesn't have to be Aventinus, could also be Corbinian. So tell us a little bit more about the beer. Yeah, I spoiled the name already, but sorry, that's because I used it. So
Well, yeah, the beer we have here is the Aventinus von Snyder. It's an Weizen Doppelbock. Yeah, very nice color. And we take a sniff. Well, yeah, very rich. Yeah, I taste some chocolate, some nutty aroma. Now, then we take a little bit of this delicious dish. Mm. Mm. Very nice, very earthy. And yeah, what is the same is yeah, this is more the earthy thing, and the beer is more the chocolate taste. But what's the same, that het smaakhaakje, I think, is the nutty character of this beer. You smell and taste that, and also in this dish, because of the celeriac, that's a little bit nutty, but Bob has also added some extra hazelnut, so yeah, it's a very nutty taste. So that nutty aromas is also in this beer. Yeah, that goes very good together. They have both really full body. So the dish has yeah, a really full body. The beer also. And but the chocolate notes in this beer gives it this dish yeah, really a warm character. So yeah, I think this is perfect.
It's gewoon lekker. But I should add one thing, what Nicole said about the dish being also quite strong in taste. That is the gravy. So that really made it. It is worth the effort of yeah, reducing it.
And the umami flavors.
Yeah, till you have
yeah.
just this, because it really, yeah, it makes. I shouldn't say it because maybe vegetarians are watching, but it gives it a little bit of a meaty taste to it. Very nice.
Yeah.
And that's yeah, it helps with the beer. But it blijft. Oh yeah, the next call.
Oh ja.
I
heb een bord nog niet eens op.
away.
Nou ja. Put it here. This one here. Wow. What will be the last dish? A surprise. Now, not for me, but
First,
the glasses.
your favorite type of bottles open.
Yeah, I've already opened it. Yeah, I think this is a little bit difficult with Kirk and things like that. But, so.
There's
Thank you. Is het dan even zo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dessert. What we have here is a chocolate porter cake. Basically, you have chocolates, cherries, some porter added, quite a lot of chocolates, to be honest. A little bit stolen from a sachertorte, but I left out the cream and added the porter. So I got this. I added some. I macerated the cherries in reuze, but you could also use framboise or a Greek. But to get some extra acidity to it. Overall, it's quite a light dish. Most of the dishes so far have been light, except for the celeriac, I'd say. So we leave the Christmas pudding you saw in the beginning to Christmas. Sorry. But yeah, a light start off, end of the dish, and we have a beer with it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we have here, this is the framboise from Oud Beersel. It's an lambic with raspberries. And yeah, it's a very nice color. Yeah, when we smell it, yeah, it's really, yeah, overwhelming, the raspberries, and also some sweetness, but you take when you taste it, it's really also a little bit the sourness you taste because of the wild yeast. Then we take a little bit of this very nice chocolate part. Yeah, it's delicious. But you have here this fruity sour beer, and here we have the chocolate taste. What is the same is in this beer you have the fruity taste of the raspberries. And that's also in this chocolate tart because of the cherry, so that's the smaakhaakje. But the sourness, the acidity, adds adds a refreshing lift, preventing the dish to be too heavy. So it goes very good together. I like it very much, and I think this is a very an excellent combination to end this Christmas dinner.
Well, thank you. You know what I'm about to say. Lekker. So, well, you learned a few Dutch expressions. Smaakhaakje. Mag het een onsje meer zijn? En ik vind het lekker. Should you have other more questions, we will be happy to answer them. I think we have still 15 minutes left or something. So let us know. We didn't read the chat
Don't
because
worry, Bob. I've got the questions up on the screen. There's a few questions come up and lots of comments as well. I think people are very jealous.
yeah, I can imagine.
I certainly am.
Yeah, I can imagine.
we shared the recipes.
Yeah.
I hope not everybody did the same as we did because we'll still have a lot to do later on. That's not the best option, but
the rest of an evening will be very good and
it will,
fun. So you can't leave anything behind. No beer, no food. So I'll read a couple of the questions and comments. But everybody said how good it was and enjoyable. You're right. The recipes for anyone who's asking, they're all on the EBCU website, and I've sent a link in the chat, and it is the latest version, so they are on there. A couple of things that I've mentioned. What this is from Stefan. He says, "What is your favorite beer food combination of all the ones you've tried? Which is the one you feel
from here, those four?
from? Well, maybe from tonight, or maybe from everything you had. It's a difficult question, I know.
Yeah. Now for me, it's this last one I like very much. The chocolate taste. So the dark chocolate with the sour fruitiness. That I think is very I love that combination. So
this is one we've been making. Well, let's say the other recipes were new or thought of because of Christmas. I do make a roulade now and then, so it's not completely new, but this and especially the combination with it's a classic here. So that's I would say that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas has made an observation. He's learnt that there are two philosophies when it comes to pairing beer and food. One combines beer and foods with similar aromas and flavors, while the other focuses on combining contrasting flavors.
Yeah.
And he's asking, have you had any experiences with this? It's something I've done because when I used to work doing some beer consultancy, we'd call this third factor the cut. And the idea is one flavor takes away the excess of another flavor, so it allows you to taste complementary or contrasting flavors. So I don't know what your thoughts on that factor are.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
maybe you can tell.
No.
Let me, because Nicole, this like for example, this is
Yeah.
clearly well
Contrasting.
both contrast and then something
Yeah.
similar because of the cherries. But Nicole did a very nice, to me, surprising combination of smoked mackerel
Oh yeah.
with Schlenkela Märzen,
Yeah.
which is also a completely smoky beer. And you would think smoke and smoke, well,
Too much.
too much or what will happen? And I was so surprised because it took away some of the smokiness of the Schlenkela. Of course, not everyone would agree with that, but it did. And you could taste that it was a medicine, that the beer behind the smokiness you could taste. So I was very impressed with that
Yeah, that was a good
combination.
one.
So where you have the same things, but it gets a whole different experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true. You have contrasting and similar taste. With similar,
Yeah, you have similar chocolate or with porter or something. Stout, but yeah, you have yeah, also the creamy, hoe heet dat, de toetje? Nou ja,
panna cotta.
panna cotta.
Yeah, right.
I did once a panna cotta with a stout, so that's also yeah, it's a little bit contrasting also, but also a little bit similar because in the stout you have also the yeah the a little bit the creamy character, but yeah.
Yeah, the examples I think I used when I did it was a cheeseburger, which can be quite fatty, and a
Yeah.
porter, because the
Mm.
porter will
Oh,
cut.
yeah.
And the
Yeah.
other one is Stilton cheese with barley wine. But
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so Joran is really making life difficult for me because his question is in Dutch, and I don't know if it's a question. I'm going to try and read it out. I'm going to regret this. Maka hakja maakt iets meer gin lekker. That doesn't mean anything. It's because I
Maak
don't.
het je lekker? Ik weet niet. Ik versta niet
Maak
helemaal.
hakja.
Sorry.
I have to read
Joran,
it.
if you want to unmute
Sorry.
your
I
microphone.
heard smaakhaakje en
Lekker, yeah.
lekker.
Okay, you're going to make me work hard
Smaakhaakje
for
lekker.
my dinner, I think. Yeah, okay. Hopefully that means something. Smack hacker, we'll remember that. Thank you.
That's yeah.
Okay. Well, look, I think that's absolutely fantastic, both. And unless there's more questions, I'm going to let you go because you've got a lot of food and a lot of food and beer to demolish.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was fun to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, nice
Yeah,
to.
it was brilliant, and I think the way you've presented it on the screen like that is absolutely fantastic. But it is very it's very difficult for those of us who are watching.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Because, no, it's good. We want to be around at your house, but there we go. I suppose there we are. Everyone's going to be sort of raiding the beer and everything tonight. But thanks very much, both. And yeah, as Jan said.
And thank everybody for watching. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And one thing I'm just going to share finally for the rest of the thing, as I said before, please hope you enjoy the webinar and thanks to Nicole and Bob for what they've done tonight. It's been fantastic and just set us up perfectly for the festive period. So if you have enjoyed it, please donate for EBCU. It helps us keep these webinars going. And if you have any suggestions, ideas, thoughts for webinars, please do. And you haven't got to go to the trouble that Bob and Nicole have done because that would be very, very challenging. But they've set the bar high. So thanks very much, both. Have a lovely Christmas.
Yeah,
Thank you,
you
you
too.
too. All
Thank
of you.
you, everybody. Have a good
Thank-
Christmas.
And see you next year.
And see you next year. Yeah.
Looking forward to other presentations.
Yeah.
Thanks both. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.